Alright guys, the deep sea tube. This is not about reviewing, but about issues. So basically issues videos is where I talk about how inaccurate my creatures are. Now you're targeting on the deep sea tube because it has two of the most inaccurate sea creatures of all. And you can see them, but you don't know which one. Here's my other sea creatures. Most of them are accurate, like the sturgeon and the anglerfish from Collecta Safari Ltd. This one is also accurate, but some of these are not really accurate. Of course, the Lego is never accurate. Yeah, not a lot of these are, some of these only are accurate. Alright guys, let's open it and start the issues video. Of course, the first thing is unboxing this deep sea tube. And when I'm recording this, I just, I already got it for the first time and I took it out of the box, but yeah, basically, this intro is supposed to be what it's like if you get it the first time. Wait, let me adjust. There you go, I adjusted it for you guys. Now the deep sea tube's empty. There you go. Alright, this is all my deep sea tube. Let me take it all. Here it is all. So, let me talk about before we talk about the issues, let me talk about the deep sea tube. Here is the issues. Let's talk about the deep sea tube. Here is the humpback anglerfish, species of anglerfish, and then the dragonfish, specifically the black dragonfish. This is the pelican eel, gulper eel. This is hatchetfish. Now you're starting to see what really is the issue. You can see some issues in here. This is another one of the issues. Here's the glass squid. No issue with this one, however, this is already completely realistic, okay? Here's the giant isopod. But, this one doesn't have no issues, so I'm not gonna make a issue video about it. Here's the viperfish. Basically, this viperfish is unrealistic, like the hatchetfish, so that's why that's one of the issues. Not for the glass squid, however. As you can see, there are only 7 sea creatures in here. I'm not supposed to be doing a review, actually. No, not today. I've done most of the reviews for these sea creatures. Alright, let's talk about the issues. So the hatchetfish looks pretty detailed. You can see the silvery metal place with some... Yeah, it looks glittery. I don't think you can see in the camera. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, now issues about this. Hatchetfish have known to have small teeth. This one has large, enormous fangs. The fins are placed all wrong. This is like supposed to be a lovely hatchetfish, I guess. Because lovely hatchetfish don't really look like something like this. But I guess the creators, like Safari Ltd, tried to make a lovely hatchetfish, but also make it more scary and attractive for children to play with. So they make this monstrous hatchetfish. Here is an illustration from the local shops in Gramedia. This is the illustration for the fish. This is the hatchetfish. In my local area, it's called ikan kapak. Ikan is fish. kapak, I'm not sure because I don't learn Indonesian yet. So yeah, let's check this. Anglerfish in here. This is not an anglerfish. Alright, this is a real hatchetfish illustration. This is the toy. You can see the fins are all wrong placed. The eye is pretty good, I guess. Lacks nostrils in this area. Not like this ghostly hatchetfish. Yeah, the book's hatchetfish looks more ghostly than this one. This one looks more like a deep sea piranha than a hatchetfish. Alright. We are talking about the hatchetfish already. We've covered it up. Now let's talk about the bad things about the viperfish. But first, talk about the sculped. Yeah, it's really good already for a sea creature toy. And of course, the silvery metal tips and the black eyes. Lacking lure, but I guess it's okay. Because I see that not all viperfishes actually have lures. Like anglerfishes, they look pretty different, the male, but they don't do sexual parasitism like the anglerfish does. But basically, in here is unrealistic. It's too short. The fins are placed all wrong once again. Its head shape is really wrong, and too few teeth. And the tail is also deformed. So yeah, everything in this viperfish model is almost incorrect. Just looks very fairly detailed. Let's see the illustration. Okay, so real life viperfishes are thin paper, but this is not thin paper. Look at the viperfish in the illustration. Look at this one. Looks nothing like a viperfish. The teeth are too small. No, teeth are too few. Here is even worse for it. This is a real viperfish, what it actually really looks like. Even more monstrous than the deep sea tube one. Alright, let me show you something even more better than this one. Over here is the chap viperfish. It's not paper thin, so it's not supposed to be too realistic. But it's more realistic than the viperfish. Even more slenderly long. And the fins are placed correctly, just missing one fin. But there are different types of viperfishes. All viperfishes are different. This viperfish's teeth are correct. So yeah, it's quite correct for the viperfish from chap. Viperfish from chap is better than the from the Safari LTDs. I should be getting more sea creatures. Like, I hope Collecta makes a viperfish. Like, really hope that makes a viperfish as good as this one, at least. Like a real species. Because the only one that looks really good, that looks really like a real viperfish, is from Kyoto. There's no other issue except that we cannot decide the gender for this one. So, dragonfish doesn't have any gender. But it still looks really realistic. Remember, culprit eels don't look the same. The toy is actually better than the viperfish and hatchetfish. It matches somewhat a little bit of the illustration with that glowing. So yeah, I prefer this one. but it's still good. Bye guys. This is the longest video I made since 2022, I guess. That's true. Yeah, basically it's longer than usual. So hope you enjoy this issue video. Let's see if you actually have learned a lot now from my facts. Goodbye guys. We'll see you in next video.